Well, hello the new, it's only me, Leonard Wells, broadcasting as always from Studio B, here in the Giggle Mill, in Haslingden, north of Manchester. Studio B entitles me to the finest studio engineer in the world, that very sweet chap, Adolf Apfelstrudel, from Berchtesgaden in Bavaria. Unfortunately, because he's a strict disciplinarian, he won't permit me more than 12 digital megaburgers per broadcast, which means, as probably most of you already know, I won't have time to let you see or hear my world famously forgettable rendition of Nessun Dorma. The tale today is one that's probably been played out in various forms all over the world since time began. Benny, who lived in London, had a beautiful Italian secretary, Gina. Her English was excellent, and she looked like a princess. They'd been having an affair for a number of years, despite the fact that Benny was fairly happily married. And one night, before she left the office, she sat down and said, "I've got something to tell you, Benny. Unfortunately, I'm pregnant and you're the father." So Benny looked at her and he said, "You know, Gina, I've been very successful in my business. I'm quite happily married, and you and I have had a great time together. I won't let you down. If you'll do this one thing for me, go back to Italy and raise the child, I'll support you until the child's 18. Any amount that's necessary, you name it." Now, she thought about it and then she said, "Until the child's 18? And he said, "Yes, when the child's 18, then maybe he can look after himself." So she said, "Right, agreed." He said, "Now one thing, we don't communicate in case my wife finds out. So after the birth, send me a postcard and just write on it one word, spaghetti, and I'll get the message." And I'll immediately start sending the money every month. So 9 months later, or thereabouts, one day Benny gets home after a hard day at the office, and as he walks through the front door, his wife Frida has a puzzled look on her face, and he says, "What's the matter?" She said, "Some restaurant in Milan sent you a postcard." He said, "Some restaurant?" He said, "What do you mean?" So she showed him the postcard. And when he read it, he turned white, pink, blue, and fainted. Because on the postcard was written, "Spaghetti, spaghetti, spaghetti. 2 with our meatballs, 1 without." Thank you and good night, folks.